Good morning, everybody. Today is the 15th. It's Friday. We made it. And it's a blue day. Welcome to school. One of my favorite things about January is when it's, in the low 30s and raining. Just perfect. I love it. Um, but there's signs of spring in the air. And here's why. The first announcement is about soccer in the spring. It's really good. So, all eighth grade boys. So this is just the boys soccer coach emailing us, okay, and letting you know about this. Eighth grade boys interested in playing for the Lincoln High School boys soccer team in the fall of 2021. They're going to have a Google Meet for interesting players on Wednesday, January 27th at 7 p.m. Okay, the code for the meet will be GLHS, the word soccer, and the number 21, GLHS Soccer 21, and the meet will open for logins at 6:55. You will need to log in with your GJPS email for security purposes. We'll discuss the schedule for conditioning as well as all of those summer activities. And there's a Google form link posted in Peachjar. I sent that out earlier. Yesterday I actually sent it out for those interested in trying out to complete. If you have any questions or have issues accessing the meeting, contact Coach Kovac. And the email is below this link, and the interest survey is below this link as well. So, it's going to be warmer, going to be better than today. Just another reminder for Invention Convention, any student will be able to participate. It won't be led by Gahanna teachers this year due to COVID. There's another link below this with all the information about Invention Convention. Don't forget, Monday, no school to honor Martin Luther King Jr. So, on this day in history, January 5th, 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. was born. In Atlanta, Georgia, he's the son of a Baptist minister. He received his doctorate, which is why he's Dr. Martin Luther King, in theology in 1955, and helped organize the first major protest of the African American civil rights movement, the successful Montgomery bus boycott. He was influenced by Mohandas Gandhi, who was a famous Indian leader in India, in the country of India. He advocated civil disobedience and nonviolent resistance to segregation in the southern states of the United States. The peaceful protests he led throughout the American South were often met with violence, but Dr. King and his followers persisted, and the movement gained momentum. He appealed to Christian and American ideals and won growing support from the federal government and northern whites. In 1963, Rustin and Randolph led a massive march on Washington for jobs and for freedom, and the event's grand finale was King's famous "I Have a Dream" speech. 250,000 people. That's like OSU Stadium once, OSU Stadium twice, and another half of that. I mean, it's huge crowd. 250,000 people gathered outside the Lincoln Memorial to hear the stirring speech. And in 1964, the Civil Rights Movement achieved two of its greatest successes: the ratification of the 24th Amendment, which abolished the poll tax, and Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibited racial discrimination in employment, education, and outlawed racial segregation in the public facilities. Later that year, King became the youngest person at the time to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, that was someone younger has won it since in 2014. You might know the name Malala. She became the youngest to receive the prize at 17, besting King in that category. In the late 1960s, Dr. King openly criticized the U.S. involvement in Vietnam and turned his efforts toward winning economic rights for poor Americans. And sadly, he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee on April 4th, 1968. Listen, have a great 3-day weekend. Enjoy the day off of school. Remember Martin Luther King Jr. for all of his accomplishments and the example he set for all of us. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.